Here's your wrestling news for September 25th, 2025. Your headlines for today include WWE drops a major bombshell as Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania 42 opponent unveiled. Drama unfolds as WWE star rejects contract renewal and chooses to quit. WWE reacts strongly. Masha Slamovich pulled from multiple wrestling events following major allegations. WWE responds. Why WWE Smackdown is losing steam, 5 problems and potential solutions. Roman Reigns' status for this week's Smackdown revealed, and more. WWE WrestlePalooza in Indiana reminded fans why Brock Lesnar is still called the Beast Incarnate inside the ring. But beyond his dominant in-ring display, new reports are shedding light on his long-term future and the possibility of a blockbuster opponent for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Back in 2024, Braun Breaker was thrust into the spotlight when Lesnar was pulled from WWE programming after his name surfaced in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. All creative plans involving Lesnar were scrapped at that time, but the unexpected silver lining was Breaker's main roster call-up following that year's Royal Rumble. Over the past year, Braun Breaker has stepped out of the shadow of his family legacy and found major success as part of Seth Rollins' vision. Now, according to a report from Bodyslam.net, WWE management has already discussed possible WrestleMania 42 opponents for Brock Lesnar, and Breaker's name is reportedly locked in for a blockbuster showdown with the Beast Incarnate. Heading into WrestlePalooza, many expected John Cena to finally score the win against Lesnar in what was billed as their last ever meeting. Instead, Fightful reported that Triple H made the final decision for Lesnar to go over in Indiana. The reason behind that call was to extend Lesnar's role in the company without saddling him with another high-profile loss. The victory over Cena is now expected to play a role in Lesnar's future storyline direction, with sources suggesting it could eventually tie into a program with Braun Breaker. WWE is said to be planning a Battle of the Beasts showdown for WrestleMania 42. With Lesnar's shocking win and Breaker's rapid rise, the stage is being set for a generational showdown. Do you think WWE should book Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania 42, or would you rather see Breaker clash with Roman Reigns? Jazmyn Nix's time in WWE has officially come to an end, with her exit sealed during the September 23rd episode of NXT. According to PW Insider, Nix declined a new 3-year contract extension offered by the company. Her final appearance aired this week, where the company wasted no time in writing her off in brutal fashion. Nix was attacked backstage and swiftly dropped from Fatal Influence after JC Jane made it clear that it was time to drop the dead weight, adding, "Only the strong survive," before walking away with Fallon Henley and leaving Nix behind. Following the angle, Nix addressed her departure directly in an emotional Instagram video. She confirmed that leaving WWE was both a personal and financial decision. "I'm not re-signing with WWE. This was a personal decision. The contract they were offering me for the next 3 years just wasn't going to cut it for me financially." Nix reflected on her journey, revealing that her WWE career began after she was discovered while playing professional soccer in Iceland. Though grateful for the opportunity, her run was plagued with major setbacks, including 4 knee surgeries and several other injuries that consistently kept her sidelined. "Early on, I was held back. I had 4 knee surgeries, and I had to recover and rebuild my knees before I could even step in the ring. As some of you know, I broke my nose, which is why I was wearing my mask. I also had other injuries and concussions that kept me off TV for a while." She also hinted that she passed on other opportunities outside of wrestling while under contract with WWE, but now intends to revisit them. Fightful Select further reported that Nix's WWE contract officially expires in October, at which point she will be free and clear to take her next step. While WWE's offer fell short of her expectations, Nix leaves with plenty of doors still open. Whether she pursues a run in AEW, explores an opportunity in TNA, or even returns to her soccer roots, her next chapter is wide open, and both fans and peers will be watching closely to see where she lands next. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The September 23rd edition of WWE NXT ended with a shocking twist as stars from TNA stormed the main event to officially launch an Invasion storyline. What initially looked like a surprise crossover has now been confirmed as the beginning of a long-term arc between the two promotions. According to Fightful Select, this is not a one-off appearance, but the start of an extended partnership designed to run across multiple shows. The timing is notable, with TNA building toward its Bound for Glory pay-per-view on October 12th in Lowell, Massachusetts. What stands out is that no television tapings have been scheduled immediately after the event. Instead, TNA's next set of tapings are listed for November in Orlando, Florida, with no venue publicly announced. This appears to be intentional, as running shows in Orlando would align perfectly with WWE's weekly NXT programming at the Performance Center. Sources suggest this could allow TNA to film multiple weeks of television in the same location, easing the logistics of the crossover. Another layer to the plan is the possibility of unconventional tapings following Bound for Glory. While specifics remain under wraps, there is speculation that some TNA episodes could be filmed directly inside the WWE Performance Center. If so, these events might not appear on traditional ticketing platforms, keeping them under tight control. WWE has already begun weaving the crossover into its own programming. Tuesday's NXT broadcast featured surprise appearances, while other talent was deliberately held back at WWE's request, signaling that both sides are carefully pacing the rollout. One of the most intriguing pitches involves WWE legends and current TNA World Tag Team Champions Jeff and Matt Hardy. The Hardy Boys have reportedly been discussed for roles in the Invasion storyline, a move that would add star power and nostalgia to the angle. The message from both companies is clear: they intend to make this invasion one of the most memorable storylines in recent years. With Bound for Glory around the corner and NXT continuing to integrate TNA talent, the stage is set for a crossover that could deliver dream matches and shocking returns fans never thought possible. What do you make of WWE and TNA officially joining forces for an extended Invasion storyline? Which matches or surprise appearances would you like to see take place as this partnership unfolds? Masha Slamovich is at the center of serious allegations after her ex-partner, AKIRA, accused her of domestic violence. The fallout has been swift, with TNA officially pulling Slamovich from her scheduled match at Victory Road against Ash by Elegance. All references to the match have been quietly removed from TNA's official website. While Ash appeared on this week's episode of WWE NXT as part of the ongoing TNA Invasion angle, Slamovich was noticeably absent. That absence has now raised the question of who will step in to face Ash at Victory Road. According to Fightful, Slamovich's absence from NXT was not a direct result of the allegations. She was never booked for the September 23rd show and is currently in Spain. The allegations stem from leaked text exchanges that shed light on the troubled relationship between Slamovich and AKIRA. The report detailed a toxic dynamic, with Slamovich allegedly blaming AKIRA for her own actions and gaslighting him during their time together. At one point, AKIRA revealed he attempted to take his own life multiple times while in the relationship. On Wednesday evening, Slamovich broke her silence with a statement addressing the situation. Without diving into specifics, she characterized the relationship as toxic and mutually destructive while admitting to personal failings. "I take responsibility for my actions, and I'm sorry, embarrassed, and ashamed of the role I played in our relationship and the way things turned out. In the time since, I have sought help to reflect on this time and deal with the conflict in more mature, healthier, and sustainable ways. I apologize to those that I let down, including my former partner. I hope he is able to heal. This will be my only statement on the matter. Masha." TNA has since addressed the controversy publicly. In a statement to Sports Illustrated, a spokesperson confirmed the company has launched an internal investigation, stressing that they take allegations of this nature very seriously. Fightful reported that WWE stated that any potential involvement in the Invasion storyline will be evaluated only after the ongoing investigation is completed. Complicating the nature is Slamovich's contract status. Fightful Select reported that her current TNA deal is set to expire soon, and there's a belief that TNA is not interested to re-sign amidst such allegations. The ripple effect has reached beyond TNA. Other promotions have also cut ties with Slamovich following the allegations. Prestige Wrestling announced on social media that she's been removed from their upcoming Roseland 12 event on October 5th in Portland, Oregon. West Coast Pro Wrestling followed suit, confirming that she will not appear at their How the West Was Won event. Both companies stated they will provide further updates in the coming days. Slamovich's future in wrestling now hangs in the balance. Between contractual uncertainty, multiple promotions distancing themselves, and the ongoing investigation, her career faces an uphill battle. WWE Smackdown has delivered some incredible highs over the past year, but it's also stumbled in key areas due to questionable booking decisions. Recent reports suggest that creative is divided over certain aspects of the show, and issues have become impossible to ignore. Here's a breakdown of the top 5 concerns and potential solutions that could help the Blue brand regain its momentum. Number 5. Stop recycling Tiffany Stratton's feuds. Winning the WWE Women's Championship elevated Tiffany Stratton into the spotlight. Her victory over Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania established her as a legitimate force in the women's division. The problem, however, is the repetitive booking of her feuds, particularly against Nia Jax. The Annihilator has already lost to Stratton 3 times, and now she's back again, this time in a triple threat with Jade Cargill. Bookers need fresh challengers to keep Stratton's reign compelling. Without a 2025 draft, the simplest solution is to shuffle talent between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Stars like Rhea Ripley or Roxanne Perez could move to SmackDown, while Jordynne Grace, Fallon Henley, and Lash Legend are ready for main roster opportunities. Number 4. Balance out the tag team divisions. Along the same lines, SmackDown's tag division is overcrowded, making it hard to showcase all the talent effectively. Teams like the Wyatt Six, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, Fraxium, and Los Garza are all competing for attention, but the division on Raw is struggling. Judgment Day hasn't defended their titles in nearly 2 months, leaving the red brand lacking. Shifting 1 or 2 teams from SmackDown to Raw could help balance both rosters, giving more teams a chance to shine and allowing SmackDown to focus on fresh matchups. Number 3. Find a consistent spot for Rey Fenix on SmackDown. Rey Fenix arrived in WWE with tremendous fanfare ahead of WrestleMania 41, filling in for an injured Rey Mysterio against El Grande Americano. Yet his booking has been inconsistent throughout 2025. After competing in a stacked tag team division with the recently released Andrade, including a TLC match at SummerSlam, Fenix disappeared for weeks, only to re-emerge challenging Sami Zayn for the US title. Fenix needs consistent television time, weekly matches, or backstage segments to keep fans invested in him rather than being forgotten for long stretches. Number 2. Put Julia in a bigger, more consistent spotlight. Julia came to SmackDown with a lot of hype and even captured the women's US title from Zelina Vega, yet her reign has been underwhelming, with feuds against mid-card talent like Vega and Michin failing to elevate her or the championship. Stronger challengers such as Roxanne Perez or Alexa Bliss would provide more compelling storylines. Consistency is also key. Julia often appears briefly backstage, then disappears for several shows. To make fans invest in the beautiful madness, WWE needs to give her regular matches or segments on SmackDown. Number 1. Treat Solo Sikoa like he was still part of the OG bloodline. Solo Sikoa was once seen as a future WWE World Champion, the silent muscle of the original bloodline. Since the faction's breakup and his formation of a new group, he has yet to establish himself as a true singles star. Losses in high-profile matches, including 2 against Cody Rhodes and even defeats to Roman Reigns in War Games and Tribal Combat, have stalled his momentum. Winning the United States title hasn't solved the issue. Solo still needs signature victories in meaningful moments. To reach his potential, he must be booked as a credible singles star, standing alone rather than relying on faction-based storylines. What do you think? Are these issues holding SmackDown back, or is WWE already moving in the right direction? Which star or storyline would you prioritize to fix first? Sound off in the comments below. Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE television since Clash in Paris, with his focus shifted to Hollywood. The Tribal Chief has been filming his role as Akuma in the upcoming Street Fighter movie, a project that's kept him based in Australia for several weeks. According to PW Insider, that work is finally wrapping up, with Reigns scheduled to finish filming tomorrow. Even with his commitments coming to an end, PW Insider reports that Reigns will not be returning to WWE immediately. He's not expected to appear on this week's episode of SmackDown, leaving fans waiting a little longer for his next appearance on the Blue brand. Reigns is still officially advertised for WWE Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia, which means his in-ring comeback is close. The event marks his next confirmed appearance, though his return to weekly programming is still being kept under wraps. Fans recently got a first look at Reigns in his Akuma role, and the reaction was immediate. The image of the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion reimagined as the iconic Street Fighter villain sent social media into a frenzy, creating heavy buzz around his performance. The film itself is a major production, backed by Paramount Pictures and Legendary, with a theatrical release date set for October 16, 2026. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.